touch. Now what?
Now we wait for people to join. Hey, everybody.
Welcome to our Periscope.
Periscope. Welcome to the final week of spring training 2017. Man, it feels like we just got here.
Does it?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know about that. We've been here I've been here for 43 days.
Yeah.
Counted it the other day. So we've been here for a while. Needless to say, it's time to get going, man. We're ready to get back. Let's go to Atlanta and let's start this thing and get it going. So I think these two questions right here are extremely valid because it's really the only question in my mind that there is. Mm-hmm. The bench spot.
Yep.
I think everything else is settled. Bonifacio, Tuiasosopo, Walker, Rojas. Those are the names the Braves are choosing from right now. And honestly, whomever wins that position, in my opinion, might have that job to start the year. I don't think they're going to. Honestly, I don't know if they have that job throughout the season. I think they're going to continue to try to trade or whatever it may be to get better at that spot.
I think Emilio Bonifacio right now, probably the leader in the clubhouse. I have been extremely impressed with what we saw from Bonnie this spring. He came to camp. He looked great. Obviously played a lot of innings with Ender being off in the World Baseball Classic. So I think internally, probably Bonifacio has the slight edge in that department right now. Now, obviously, this will be a busy week with teams cutting guys loose that have opt-out clauses, things of that nature. So, John Coppola in the front office will be keeping a very close eye on who could become available as free agents. But right now, if you're asking me if you have to fill in a roster and give that 25th spot out, I think right now my leader in the clubhouse is Emilio Bonifacio. Any chance to get Kelly Johnson back? I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed. I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened sooner or earlier this spring training.
By the way, yes, he is that angry.
Well, I missed it. What did I miss?
Somebody said, is J. Chad always that angry, or is that a... It was... Let me think of the best way to put this. The whole J. Chad thing, I would say about 80% of it is real, and the other 20% maybe slightly dialed up and exaggerated a tad.
Did you do the dishes today, by the way?
No, I did not today.
Uh-oh.
I did yesterday.
What are the chances that either Darno or Peterson do not make the team out of spring training? I think right now, unless a move is made, I think they're all but locks for the roster right now. Again, unless something changes, unless the Braves go outside.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're both 100%. To me, the only thing that's not 100% is the bench spot.
Yep.
So you said Emilio Bonifacio. That's great for April 3. May 3. Is it still Emilio?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
So that's... a lot of times when we get to the end of spring training, that doesn't mean the competitions come to an end. Sometimes these things continue into the season. I think that's going to happen for Bonifacio. I think if they can make a trade and bring along someone who maybe was released by another team or trade for someone else that can better that position, I think they will do that. Emilio does not give you the right-handed power that you want late in a ball game. Emilio can play outfield just fine. Dansby's extremely handsome.
Yeah, he's handsome. Got some good lettuce.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Emilio, fine in the outfield, fine to pitch run, fine to throw in there wherever, but he's not going to be a right-handed bat off the bench that comes in and hits a home run late in the game. You got to have that.
Yep.
And I think that's what they'll be looking for.
Someone asked about David Hernandez. Does he have a chance of making the team? Probably not right now. Now, we haven't seen him throw. We did talk to him a short time ago. No. Dansby's not as handsome as Ben.
A lot more.
I'm
old. I'm old.
David Hernandez, great numbers last year with the Phillies. 70 appearances, 80-some strikeouts in 71 innings. I like it. I think he's great depth. I think he starts the season at AAA. If Chaz Rowe struggles, maybe we see him up sooner than later. But I think right now he'll start at AAA, but we'll see where it progresses. Like I said, good numbers last year.
Yeah, I think so too. I like him a lot. I like these guys that they have that will be going to Gwinnett that they can bring up and send to that bullpen. I don't think we'll see the same Gwinnett Atlanta taxi service like we saw over the last few years. We're just sending guys back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you do have Chaz Rowe who will be here. David Hernandez will be there. Paco Rodriguez will be down there as well. Kevin Chapman will be down there as well. Here, of course, we'll see Ian Kroll, we'll see Eric O'Flaherty. Something happens to those lefties where they want to go to a third lefty, bring up one of those two guys and see how things go from there. So they've got depth right there, a tier down at Gwinnett. So I think that's going to help a lot. And I think just because we might not see some of these guys break the roster with a ball club and go to Gwinnett, the relievers, I still think we'll see them pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think we'll see all these guys here the first few months of the season.
I'm trying to remember all the questions. I did see one about how many wins for the Braves this year. I think Ben and I are close to being on the same page. I think right around a 500 team is a realistic expectation. I think meaningful games in the month of September is something you can expect to see from this team. Will they get to the finish line? Will they get to the postseason? Who knows? A lot can change over the course of a long season. But I think about a 500 team, and let's be honest, after 67 and 68 wins the last 2 years, 500 doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to go with 75, 76. I'm concerned for the pitching rotation slightly. I like Tehran, I like Fultonevich, I like Jaime Garcia. Nothing against R.A. Dickey or Bartolo Colon, but I'd like to see a little bit more out of them. Look, these guys are 42 and 43 years old. At some point, you wake up and it's just gone. That's just how it is, and it'll be like that for every player. So it's hard for me to say 500 or better when I'm not 100% sure what this team gets from Dickey or Colon. So maybe they make a trade somewhere along the way. Maybe one of the guys comes up from the minor leagues, like a Newcomb or Whistler or Blair or Freed, and we see them jump in there. That would be big news. Very confident what we've seen out of some of those guys this year. But until I feel better about the rotation 1 through 5 being a little bit more consistent, I'm going to hover around 75.
You questioned a couple times about Rowe and O'Flaherty. I think O'Flaherty's a lock. I think he has been probably the biggest.
My biggest surprise of the spring.
There's no
question.
Hands down. He's reminding you of Eric O'Flaherty from. Oh, he missed the shot. Ben just tried to shoot his coffee cup into the trash can. Or he missed.
Proceed.
He's 0 for 1. To me, absolutely. Biggest surprise of spring training. You're looking at Eric O'Flaherty. The ball is sinking. He's keeping it down. He's been outstanding. So I don't know that even there's. I don't think it comes down to either of those two. I think right now both of them are on there. Hello, Russia. Hello, California. Both checking in.
Greetings, Russia.
Great to hear from you. How's the weather in Russia?
Probably a balmy 28.
What's the heat index? That's what we want to know. About 78, 80 degrees here today in Florida. Ready to head home. Get this thing going for real. A couple of questions about Ozzy Albies. I think Copy said it best. If Ozzy shows he's ready, Ozzy will be up with the big league club.
Yeah, I think so too. Brandon Phillips looked really good. I like what we've seen out of him. But Ozzy's a special talent. If he's ready to go, I think they bring him right up. We'll see where he fits in. Position player that surprises us to this point. Maybe Adonis Garcia. Defensively, he's looked pretty good. Outside of we kind of knew what to expect with all these guys. So I don't know that anybody's really a big surprise. Position player-wise, I think they've been exactly what we anticipated.
Yeah, I don't know if Suzuki counts. He's a catcher, but I'll go Kurt Suzuki. Been swinging the bat extremely well. Had, I think it was 5 extra base hits in 5 consecutive plate appearances. He has been outstanding. Obviously, looking like the backup right now, but Suzuki has really been impressive. So for me, he's been a standout here in camp.
Yeah, I think so too. Somebody asked about Acuna. Will we expect that of him this season? Where he starts A-ball to start the season?
Probably.
My feeling is that he starts an A-ball. I think he goes to Double-A right around the second half of their season. A lot of times when you get the second half of the Double-A campaign, you'll see those guys who did really well at A-ball come up. Maybe that's the plan for him. So I think we see him make at least 2 stops in the Braves minor league system along the way. And if he does extremely well, who knows what happens towards the end.
Someone had asked, trying to keep up with all the questions, some of the favorite prospects that we've watched this spring. Ben just hit on it a moment ago. Max Fried has been phenomenal.
Awesome.
This kid, we may see Max Fried in Atlanta this year. Talking to Chipper Jones, he told me a good comparison is Cole Hamels with maybe a better curveball. Lefties just aren't going to hit it. So if he can stay healthy, he has a chance to move through the minor league system very quickly. So Max Fried has been the guy that, I looked forward every time to seeing him take the mound. It was so much fun.
Yeah, he's special. So I think we'll see him. I really do. Because think about this. Let's put ourselves for just a minute in John Coppola's shoes. Let's say we get 2 months into the season, and Colon or Dickey, one of those two, underachieving, hurt, whatever it may be, anything could happen with someone who's 42, 43 years old. And let's say Aaron Blair's around the same place we have seen for the last year or so. Matt Whistler's still trying to figure out if he can control the slider and put the changeup where he wants to. and you're looking at Newcomb and Freed, and let's say those two guys are blowing it up. To me, if I'm John Copolelli, I think, well, we can bring up Whistler and Blair anytime. This kid is looking special. This kid is showing that he is deserving to be here. Let's give him a shot.
Yep.
And I think we could see that. So not to say that there's some order of those four guys, not to say that Freed would be skipping Blair or Whistler in terms of being the next man up. But I think they're going to put a lot of stock into the first 6 weeks of the season. If something were to happen to one of those two veterans, and they got to bring somebody up, think about the splash that Max Freed gives you if he's doing extremely well right out of the gate. And I anticipate that he will. So some people might say that that's a little bit too much, too early for that kid. I say, what do you have to lose? Let's see him. Let's see him out there to big league mound if he's ready. So
yeah,
that's what I'd like to see.
We will be at SunTrust Park. I know I will be on Thursday. We're leaving here after the game Wednesday, driving back up to Atlanta Wednesday night. Workout day Thursday, and then of course the exhibition on Friday. I cannot wait to see the new ballpark. Last time we were there was about a week before we came down here. Photos and videos you guys have been posting. Some of you that were at the A-List event a couple days ago. I am extremely jealous. Place looks incredible. Cannot wait to get into SunTrust. So again, workout day on Thursday. We'll have plenty of photos, videos. You stay tuned, and we'll get those for you. Everyone's hanging up on J-Chat. I don't know what's going on.
It's been a hilarious dynamic this spring. This whole J-Chat, Kevin, myself, Giffen, little brawl, not brawl, but kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, a couple of riffs here and there, a couple of complaints here and there. I don't know. It's been fun.
You know, it's all in a day's work. And you take four grown men from four different backgrounds and put them under. We could make a reality TV show. I think literally we should just set up cameras around the house. We could pitch this to like a network. Somebody would pick this up.
Oh, yeah. I think they'd be fighting over it. We'd be on Showtime in no time.
Hey, night game tonight. I hear you guys are wrestling. Yeah. Look at us. Yeah.
That's why we're on the radio.
That's right. Speaking of being on the radio, Ben and I have the game tonight. Starting in about 25 minutes here at Disney. Last three games are here in Orlando. And we will head back north afterwards. So hope you'll join us at 6 o'clock on 1340 and 103.7 FM in Atlanta. And of course, I'll be at bat with this guy. We get to have some fun and call some baseball games. It could be called out of complaint. Yes, it could. Yes. You have no idea. Let's just put it that way. Time for a couple more. Feel free to fire away, and then we have to go to work. But it's been a great spring. It's been, it's been a healthy spring. I think that's the thing that we've all noticed. Someone asked about Mauricio Cabrera. Talked to Mo 3 days ago. Said he was feeling better. He's just going to take some time off. I don't think he starts the season in the bullpen. Again, opening up a spot for a few other guys. So he said he is feeling better. That's a good sign.
Who's impressed us the most that will not make the opening day roster? I like Paco.
Yeah.
I think he's looked really good. I mean, for a guy that's bouncing back from Tommy John surgery, velo looks good, location looks good. I've really liked what I've seen out of Paco Rodriguez. So Paco might be my guy who does not make the roster right out of camp that we'll see at some point soon.
You should have said hi in Lakeland, by the way. Someone said they wanted to get a picture in Lakeland. I don't know.
You were there.
I guess I was too slobby. I was probably too. Had been wearing the same clothes the same couple of days. Because I don't do the laundry. And when I do, I leave it on the chairs in the living room. Anyway. Someone asked about Dustin Peterson. Tough break for Dustin Peterson, literally. With the way things are going in the outfield here. A strong spring. Dustin could have found his way onto the roster. There's Joe Simpson. Joe, come here. Come say hi to everybody. Come here.
We're on parachute.
Joe Simpson. We tried. I guess he doesn't like us. But yeah, tough break for Dustin Peterson because I like what we saw from him before he got hurt.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine once he gets back. I would love to have seen him go uninjured through spring camp and see where he lands to start the season because he was really impressive last year. So big fan of his and hope he has a really quick return and as good a season this year as he had a year ago.
Let's end it with this one. Signs of improvement from Whistler or Blair. I think we've seen flashes of it. I like what we saw from Whistler yesterday against the New York Mets. Ben was calling that game, facing pretty much the Mets opening day lineup, and gave up 2 runs. I thought he did well. I like what we've seen from him.
Got a couple big double plays behind him. They hit the ball. He got behind early, Those first few innings, I think he struggled to getting ahead. He was 2-0 on a lot of batters right out of the gate, but he was able to bring it around. That's what you're looking to see. To me, that's the sign that a guy needs to be in AAA. He's that close, but you can't rely on, okay, I got a couple of double plays behind me, and then third, fourth, fifth innings, I was fine. Got to be good out of the gate, and you got to be consistent, and you can't be falling behind 2-0 to a major league lineup like that. They're going to kill you. So he's close to getting that right. And I think once he does that, we'll see him in the big leagues for a while, I hope.
We got 10 minutes till we have to be on the air, folks. As always, we appreciate the questions. We had a lot of fun doing this all spring. We'll carry this into the regular season. We'll have some more. We'll have some more treats. Speaking of, we have to go clean up the booth before we get on the air. Right. 1340, 1037 in Atlanta. That's AM and FM.
At Bat app.
MLB at Bat. You can get us in about 10 minutes. We'll be having the game. Braves and Tigers. They were playing the Tigers tonight. We haven't seen them very much this spring.
And by the way, the first person that sends a funny word that we wouldn't normally use, send us a, we're going to get it on the air.
Yeah.
That's our way of letting you know we're saying hello. So something bizarre, some funny word you guys want to hear on the air, throw it out there. We'll try to mix it in.
At Ingram Radio, right. At Kevin McAlpin, we will...
Corn. Come on.
Come on, that's nothing. Can of corn. Come on. So tweet us words. We'll get them in. They'll be your little shout.
Send it to the boneyard. That's the winner. We're going to send it to the boneyard right there.
Who's, all right, that's Connor Jones. We're going to get it on there for you, Connor. First punch out for Fulte tonight. We're sending him back to the boneyard. All right, guys. For Ben, he's got to go to work. I got to go to work. We'll talk to you soon.